You work for days, maybe even weeks on a video. You pour everything you have into it, only for it to get a little burst of views and then nothing. It feels like your best work just gets tossed into a black hole, right? It's super frustrating. It feels like such a waste. So, as a creator, does this sound familiar? Okay, let's dive right in. There's a YouTube growth strategy that some of the biggest creators and brands, I'm talking BBC, Universal Studios, are using right now. It can revive channels you thought were dead and seriously multiply revenue. But there's a really good chance you've been warned that it'll kill your channel. We're talking about 24/7 streaming. And that's the grind, isn't it? You pour all this time and energy into making something great. It goes live, gets that little initial bump, and then it vanishes. It just gets lost in the noise, buried by the algorithm. And the result? You're just left feeling exhausted, frustrated, and totally burned out. But what if I told you there's a way to break that cycle? What if you could take the very same videos that are just sitting there, collecting digital dust, and turn them into a non-stop machine that brings in traffic, subscribers, and revenue, 24/7? A machine that the YouTube algorithm actually loves and rewards. And look, this isn't just some theory. Check out this number. In one case study, a young music channel used this exact strategy and saw their revenue increase by 11 times in just 1 year. That's not an 11% bump. That's a 1,000% increase. It's wild. So you're probably wondering, if it's so great, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, it's because of a really powerful myth. The myth that says 24/7 streaming is way too complicated, it's risky, and it will steal views from your regular videos, pretty much killing your channel. But the data tells a completely different story. And in this explainer, we're gonna prove it. Okay, let's just tackle the biggest fear head on, right? Myth number 1, running a 24/7 stream will kill your channel, that it'll cannibalize your views and suck all the oxygen away from your regular uploads. This is hands down the #1 reason creators are terrified to even give it a shot. But here's the reality. It's actually the opposite. Streams don't steal views. They create something called a traffic flywheel. See, because your channel is live all the time, you're racking up huge amounts of watch time. That sends a massive signal to YouTube that you're amazing at keeping people on the platform. And as a reward, the algorithm starts pushing all of your content, your streams and your regular videos, to a way bigger audience. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The data here is crystal clear. Look at the chart on the left. This channel was basically fading away. But see that purple chunk? That's the live stream revenue. It accounts for 80% of their income just from streaming old videos. Now look over at the Donna English channel on the right. Their streams had an average view duration that was over 6 times higher than their regular videos. Streams didn't kill these channels, they brought them back to life and put them on steroids. All right, on to the second big myth, that 24/7 streaming is only for gamers or, talking head vloggers who can sit in front of a camera for 8 hours straight. If your content doesn't show your face, you're just out of luck, right? No, wrong again. Now, what's really fascinating is where the solution to this actually came from. This quote is from Ruslan Puyutun. He's the founder of a tool called Gyre, and by the way, that's pronounced Gyre. He had this exact problem. His kids' channels were super successful, but obviously they weren't a talking head format. So he had to build a tool from the ground up, specifically to give his existing animated videos a second life as 24/7 streams. And it turns out, this strategy works for pretty much any niche you can think of. I mean, it's why huge brands like the BBC and Universal are doing it. As you can see here, it's perfect for music channels, for education, DIY and crafts, relaxation and ambient channels, and of course, children's content. Basically, if you have a library of videos around a single theme, you can turn it into a 24/7 live event. So the myths are officially busted. The question now is, how do you actually pull this off without being some kind of technical genius? This is where a tool like Gyre comes in as a perfect example. So let's break down 5 key features that make this whole strategy not just possible, but simple. First up, solving the technical nightmare. Usually, you'd be stressing about YouTube's super strict rules for bitrate, for format. I mean, one wrong setting and your whole stream crashes. But an auto-converter feature handles all of that for you with just one click. And even better, a backup stream can run right alongside it. So if YouTube has a random glitch, your broadcast just keeps going. You never drop a single viewer. It's a total safety net. Next up, the cure for creator burnout. Instead of that constant pressure to grind out new videos, a playlist feature lets you recycle your entire back catalog. You literally just drag and drop your old videos into a playlist, and the stream runs them on a loop. It turns content you made years ago into a machine that's earning you views and money right now. And if you want to see the real financial power of that, just look at this breakdown. This is the income for that channel we mentioned earlier. A staggering 80% of its earnings came from streaming old videos. Only 20% came from its huge library of regular videos and shorts. I mean, that completely flips the monetization model on its head. The third game changer is all about giving you your freedom back. If you use typical software, you have to be at your computer to manually start and stop everything. A dedicated stream scheduler lets you plan out your entire broadcast calendar for weeks or even months in advance. You set them to start and stop automatically so you can reach your audience in any time zone, even when you're fast asleep. Okay, let's get into a more advanced strategy here. Why stop at one stream when you can have many? Some of these tools let you run multiple streams at the same time, all on one channel. You can create different streams for different topics, different moods, different audiences. You're basically casting a much wider net. Some people run 4, some run 20. One user is apparently running 120 streams at the same time. And this isn't just a gimmick. It's not just for show. The data for the Ye's channel here is just, well, it's undeniable. When they started using a multi-stream strategy, they saw a 79% jump in total watch time and a 72% jump in revenue. More streams directly led to more engagement and more money. Simple as that. And finally, this is so critical: security. Using some random, uncertified third-party tool can put your entire channel at risk. But when you use a tool that's an officially certified YouTube partner, that means YouTube has actually checked its code and given it a thumbs up. Plus, getting your own dedicated, secure IP address means your channel's reputation is totally separate from anyone else's activity. That's a huge deal. So let's pull all this together. Getting this kind of insane growth from 24/7 streaming, it's not really about being a tech wizard. It's not about being some charismatic host who's always on camera. It's about having the right information and using the right tool. But, and this is really important, you do have to be a little patient. It takes about 3 months for the algorithm to really catch on and adapt. In that first month, you're just testing, and the algorithm is learning. By month 2, things start to stabilize. And then, by month 3, you can hit that acceleration phase. That's when YouTube starts actively pushing your streams, and that's where you see that crazy exponential growth. So when you boil it all down, the key takeaway is simple. If you've been scared to try 24/7 streaming, the real barrier was never your technical skill. It was never about what you could or couldn't do. It was just the myths and the bad information that were holding you back. So now you've seen the data, you know the truth. And the only question left is the big one. What is your channel's real untapped potential? And what are you going to do about it?
What's Gyre? Gyre is the tool for launching continuous streams on YouTube. Learn more about Gyre in the following videos. See you there.